I love cats. I love every kind of cat. I just wanna hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat. So anyway, I am a cat lover and
What up, Flosstube? I'm back. Don't know for how long, but I'm back, at least for this episode. How have you been? I've been grand. There's a lot of stuff happening over the last 6 months since I last saw ya. I've been kind of active on Instagram, not as much lately. Ooh, my glasses are fogging up, I'm hot. And there's a glare. I wonder if I should, is that gonna annoy you guys? Probably can't even tell. Oh well, deal with it. I need them to see. Yeah, it's not gonna matter if I try to fix it. Anywho, last 6 months. I think the last time I saw you guys, I was about to receive my Halloween surprise box from Color and Cotton that I won in a giveaway, which was really awesome. I've never won anything before. I was gonna show it to you and unbox it and all that good stuff, and then life just got away from me, and here we are 6 months later. So sorry about that. You might notice that the background is a little bit different than what you've seen before, and that is because I moved. Kathleen, who is my BFF, who you may or may not know as Geek Floss on Instagram, here on Flosstube she made one episode, and then again both of us just kind of went off the deep end and kind of disappeared for a while. But I moved in with Kathleen in Nashville, so I'm no longer having to commute a crazy commute to get to work, which is amazing, and it's a lot of fun because I've got 2 cats, Luna and Charlie, as you all know, and Kathleen also has 2 cats, Knox and Sinatra. So it is a cat house for sure. It's a lot of fun. They mostly get along. So, you know, cats. It's a lot of litter and a lot of cat food and occasional hissing, but it's not bad. So I moved in right after Thanksgiving, and then I got a new job in February and started that 3 days after my birthday. So it has been a whirlwind. I've still been getting accustomed to that because today is what, May 10th? So this is my 3rd month, February, April, yeah. So it'll be 3 months for me like this week. So I'm still getting accustomed to that. I am working at my church, working with the kids, so I'm loving it so far. It's a full-time job. It's much better than working in customer service. Kathleen is still in that job. So it's actually been pretty awesome because we were worried about what if I were to move in, like we spent so much time together, but now I have a different job, so we don't see each other quite as much. So it's much more manageable, even though it wasn't a problem while we were working together. I was gonna get together all my stuff that I've stitched since the last video to show you, but I was doing that and I was trying to find everything, and 2 of my finishes I cannot find for the life of me. The last I saw them, they were in this craft room that I'm sitting in on the table behind this phone, and I don't know where it is. I don't know if the cats got to it, if I put it somewhere for safekeeping, and very unlike me, just didn't put it somewhere where I would know that I would find it, like with my other cross-stitching stuff, but I cannot find it, and it's making me really sad. The one that I finished that I was most excited about was the Cat Lessons for People by Lizzie Kate. I substituted some colors, I think, for that one, but primarily sticked to it. I was really excited to finish that one, and I'm really bummed because I don't know where it is. The reason it was out was because I was ironing them, and I don't know what I did with it after that. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it yet, so I think I just kind of left them out until I could. Oh, there's one place I didn't look. 1 second. You guys, I'm so smart, or stupid, I don't know, but I found it. I found them. Of course, I'm sitting here talking about how stressed I am because I can't find them. I just looked all over the house twice, and they've been sitting in the drawer on the table that I had left them on so it wouldn't get cat hair on it, and I just remembered. Okay, so I will show it to you then. So let's just start there. I'm very rusty, obviously, because I haven't done this in a while, but this is my cat lessons for people. I think it's all on the called for, and I don't know what I did with the pattern at the moment, so I'd have to dig for it, and then you'd have to like wait and it'd be a whole thing. But it's on the called for colors, linen. I think it's 28, but I'm loving it. I did substitute, now that I remember, this blue. I forget what it was called for, but my local, it's not really an LNS. It's they primarily stock for embroidery, not embroidery, I stick every time, needlepoint. So they don't carry charts or anything like that, and they do carry a lot of floss, and that's really about the extent of what I can get there. But they don't carry classic Colorworks thread, except for in silk. And so I substituted the blue for Peacock, which is a Gast, Gentle Arts, and I love it. Just the variegation in it is fantastic. So I still haven't decided what to do with this. If you guys have suggestions, I mean, I could just frame it. I don't know, but I really love it. This is my second Lizzie Kate, I think, because I did the Halloweeny pillow, which I've shown you guys before. That came as a kit, but I just don't know what to do with it. And so it's just been sitting in this drawer while I contemplate its fate. But I'm just one more time. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Cat lessons for people. Be persnickety. Play with your food. Appreciate wildlife. Nap every day. Don't bite when hiss will do. Practice patience. Listen before speaking. When you make a mess, bury it. And sit very close to those you love, which my cats definitely follow that rule. Sometimes too close, because when I'm trying to stitch, Luna likes to sit right here. And she also likes to be pet while she's sitting right there. And if I'm not doing that, she will nibble me on the nose or on the chin. But anywho, I love it. I'm saying a lot, I'm sorry. Again, it's been a while. The other one was a Clouds Factory pattern. I can't remember if I had finished this one and showed it, but I'm gonna show it anyway because it's been a hot minute. I think it's just called Luna Outfits, and this was a piece of linen that I just bought from Hobby Lobby and dyed it myself. And the only thing I changed on this one was the quote at the bottom. I don't remember what it had said, but I didn't really care for it, so I swapped it out, and it says, "Don't worry, you're just as sane as I am." So that's Luna in all of her outfits. Obviously, I love Luna. That's my cat's name. Named for Luna Lovegood, because she's just so fun, and I'm a Ravenclaw like her. Again, not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I like how it turned out. I think those are the only two finishes that I've had in the last 6 months, honestly, that I can think of. I'm close to a couple others, but oh, you know what it was? I know what caused me to stop. So, I think I mentioned this. When I finished my Harry Potter pillow, if you haven't seen it, check my Instagram account, go back a couple of videos, you'll see it. I think it's the last one that I did. And this is why I fell off the bandwagon, or off the deep end, whatever you want to call it. I got suckered into making 2 more pillows for someone that asked if I would, they commissioned me to make them. And at first I was kind of wary, but they were really persistent. And so I was like, well, maybe if I give them a price, which I thought was kind of low anyway for what it was worth, but was still kind of high, that maybe they would be like, no, I'm good. Maybe they would, just decide it wasn't worth it. But they were like, yeah, definitely, that's a great bargain. And I was like, oh no, what have I gotten myself into? So let me just say this, learn from my mistakes and from my hardships, but I had to whip out 2 of those pillows before Christmas, and they commissioned me to do them in October. So that's kind of what happened. And then I got really burnt out on stitching for a while because I couldn't stitch anything that I wanted to, and I had to make 2 of the same pillow in a row. And it just wasn't worth, if I had priced it properly, it may have been worth it, but it just really was not worth the cost that went into it and the effort that went into it. So that just took up all of my time. And so I think that's kind of what caused me, I wasn't able to stitch on anything else because I was so like focused on getting that done for the person who had purchased them from me. So, you know, I think I mentioned when I first started out floss tubing that I wanted you guys to go along this journey of learning with me, because I'm still new. I've only been stitching for like 2 years now, which, gosh, has it really been 2 years? I think, yeah, it has, because Kathleen will be 2 years at work soon, and I was stitching, I had just started stitching around the time that she started her job, so dang. But yeah, so just learn from my mistakes. I mean, if that's something that you enjoy doing, is making the same thing over and over again. I do enjoy like repetitive menial tasks, which I think the just constant stitching, even if it's not like a big block necessarily, but just in and out and in and out and in and out for threading the needle and all that stuff. I think that's why I like it so much, because it is something that I have to concentrate on it, but it's also somewhat mindless for me, especially if it is just a big block of color. But that being said, even though I am someone who enjoys that kind of thing, it just was not worth it. I wouldn't recommend doing it unless, the only time I have found joy in making something like that was when I wasn't being paid for it, and it was like a gift for someone else. Because the only time like that, when I was like on a time crunch because I had to finish it by Christmas. I think it was a little late. I think I finished it just after New Year's. They may have gotten it like right after New Year's, which was a feat in and of itself for me to get 2 of those things done in like 2 months. And I sewed the pillows and everything, so it was a lot. Anywho, that was a long explanation, but that's kind of what got me started in like being burnt out for a little bit. So I stopped stitching for a while. I did pick up a few things. I was like just excited to stitch something that wasn't that Harry Potter pillow sampler. Even though I love it, I don't ever want to stitch it again, ever. So I think I just kind of chilled for a little bit, and then I slowly started picking things back up and just swapping it out and just learning to enjoy it again, and enjoy being able to swap out a project and not have to work on the same one until it's done. It's like I'd gotten that mindset where I thought that I had to work on that project consistently and couldn't stop working on it until it was finished. But that's not what stitching is. It's not a job, at least not for me. It's a hobby, and so I can do it however it allows me to enjoy what I'm doing. And so it just took me a minute to get back in that mindset. And then of course just life happened. I moved, and then I got a new job, and so here we are 6 months later. So I will show you what I've got so far on my whips. I have made some progress. I did pull out some things that I hadn't touched in a while, which was really nice. I'm currently, right now my thing is that I just kind of work on something until I get tired of it, and then I swap it out. So I've done a little bit of that with a few different things. I did get a couple of not Mania, goodness, it is Mania, but I'm not participating. Market purchases. It was such a bummer. Like, y'all don't even know. I mean, maybe you do, but I live in Nashville, and this market was like down the road from me, and not being able to attend it was like the worst feeling, because I had some friends that did attend it. Say hi, Charlie. And I know that they were having a blast, and I loved seeing everyone's posts about it. I'm struggling with this Q-snap right now. But it was such a bummer not to be able to go. I was just like living vicariously through all of you who did go. And again, because I had kind of taken a step back from stitching, I also hadn't been really watching Flosstube, and I'm still kind of like back and forth right now, because like I wanted to rewatch all of Game of Thrones before the new season came out, because Kathleen told me she'd never seen it and she would watch them. She wanted to watch them and like watch the final season. Well, she gave up after like season 1.5, but I finished it all. So I haven't watched Flosstube because I was catching up, and now I'm caught up. But Anyway, the whole point of that was that I bought a couple of patterns and started working on some of those from Market, not Mania. Okay, but what am I working on now? So I pulled back out And a Forest Grew by Rosewood Manor. If you guys remember, I started this. It was like one of the bigger projects that I started, and so I, at the time, had decided I wanted to start in the top left corner of all my projects. I have learned from my mistakes again, just for me not measuring stuff properly like 5 times to know after a couple of times that I'm running out of room that I'm just always going to start in the middle now, even if it means I waste a bit of fabric or have way too much extra, just because with this one, I had to cut the excess off of this side, so there's like no margin, like I'm gonna have to put matte on that or something. And then I had to like really, it looks really sketch. Or as Teresa Kitten Stitcher would say, it's wabi-sabi. So maybe you like that kind of thing. But this is And a Forest Grew. I am like so close to being done. This is what I was working on today. Fridays are now my day off. Since I work at my church, I work on Sunday mornings. So Friday, Saturday is my new weekend, and I've been going nonstop for 2 weeks. So today is a sit, stitch, and watch Netflix kind of day, doing nothing else. So this is where I'm at with And a Forest Grew. Man, I know that you guys know this, but if you get a project and you just get burnt out on it, and so you put it away for a really long time, and then the second you pull it back out, you're just like, whoa, why have I not stitched on this? That is where I'm at right now. So, just give you a little close up. The words are modified. Let me move this magnet. Stephanie at Lindy Stitches very kindly gave me the pattern that she made for the words in the middle, because I didn't like whatever was there. I don't even remember, I just didn't really care for the verse that was there. So she let me use hers. So this is her pattern for the middle part. And I've only got like 2, maybe 3 pages left, I think. I'm like just started, like right here is the start of a new page. So I think maybe 3 pages are what's left. I can't see what I'm doing, so I know you guys have seen this one. A lot of people are stitching it. And I think a lot of people are in the same mindset of me of needing a break and then rediscovering it suddenly and like, whoa, where did the time go? I love this piece. So I won't bore you with looking at it too much longer. Let me put this back on here. It's good to be back. I missed you guys. Okay. The next one, same kind of thing, is the Hawk Run Hallo, map of Hawk Run Hallo. I worked on it for a really long time, got burnt out on it, swapped out projects, and then it's just one of those, like I'm just kind of rotating out in and out now. You'll have to forgive the pattern cover because my intent was to keep it really nice and clean, but then I took it with me to a music festival last summer and it rained, and then the moisture got through my backpack and through the project bag, so it got a little wrinkly, but it's honestly still easily worked off of. So this is the map of Hawk Run Hallo by Carriage House Samplings. I am stitching it on, let me double check, 40 count, I believe. Yeah, it's Lakeside Linens Vintage Meadow Rue on 40 count, so it's going to be nice and tiny. I've discovered I really like the higher counts, so I'm about halfway done with this one. That's a lie. I'm not halfway done. I've got the top half almost done, I should say. So I've gotten quite a bit done on this. All of this really is just fill in, because if you look closely, I've already done the details. I just literally have to fill that whole section in. My intent, I was working on this pretty diligently, and then my intent was to stop and fill this in at my a monthly meetup that me and Kathleen and 2 other local stitchers started up called Music City Cross Stitchers. So if you're in the Nashville area, or if you're going to be in the Nashville area at any point in time and want to meet up with us, we meet once a month at the Brentwood Public Library, but it's never a specific day. It's not the same week or same like weekend every time because of the way that the library does their meetups. So, but we meet tomorrow, and my intent for last month was to just be able to stitch and talk and fill this in, but when I got there I just wasn't feeling it, so I worked on something else. So, but yeah, this is Hawk Run Hallo, the map of Hawk Run Hallo. I'm obsessed with it. I love it even more, I think, because of the fabric choice and because of just how tiny the stitches are. I mean, I'm stitching it 1/2. Real tiny stitches, but I love it a lot. I could just stare at it all day. I'm gonna be excited when that one's done. And I definitely want to get another one once I finish it. I just don't know which one yet. Let me put this back in here. Try to stay somewhat organized because again, tomorrow is our stitch in and we will be there all day. I knew I had something going on this weekend and I completely forgot. So Ryan, if you're watching this, thanks for the reminder because I am a terrible admin and you've pretty much done all of it and you're the best. Ryan is the owner of Wild Violet Cross Stitch. You also check her out. She's got some great designs as well and she's awesome. So she doesn't Flosstube. She watches Flosstube and she designs. And she's an amazing admin. She's also one of the moderators for the Cross Stitch Reddit. So if you're ever on the Cross Stitch subreddit and see an admin or anything like that, she designs the monthly patterns for them as well as the free ones. She's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay, that one I haven't started yet. I'll see if I can remember to insert a picture. It's been a minute. But I'm not going to take this one out of the Q-Snap because there is really not much to show. I find on page 2 of my Haid, which is called... It's been so long, and I honestly am just using my computer to... I finally learned to use like one of the PDF readers to keep track because this is so insane. I'm going to insert a picture of the title and what it will look like here. So that is the Haid that I'm working on. It's like 77 pages, I think, and I'm on page 2. But Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, has encouraged me by the amount that she gets done on her Haid that she's working on. Seeing her progress has like made me want to work on this more. So you can actually see some color variation in there, which is great. I know some people do like the whole zigzag thing, but because of the way it like lays on the pages, it just like hurts my brain to try and like go back and forth between the pages, especially on the PDF reader, because it goes like, I'm going down and not across right now, because if I went across it would just be gray for like the rest of my life, and then I would eventually get to some trees. So I'm going down so I'm not like just wallowing in gray forever. So it just the way that I'm doing it makes it a little bit difficult. This is 25 count Lugana, I think, just whatever. I think I bought it from Heaven and Earth Designs when I got the pattern. Put that back in here. Okay, and so I told you guys that I had started on a, you know, let me do this one first. I'm not going to show this market one yet. Okay, so I bought a pattern. Like I said, our LNS is not really a cross-stitching LNS. It's more for needlepoint, but they do have a few patterns, and they're all Rosewood Manor. So I did buy this once when I was there. Black lace sampler, stitching it on whatever standard linen you can buy at Hobby Lobby. I think it's a 28, 25 count, just plain white linen. And it's all stitched in anchor threads because our LNS doesn't sell DMC, they sell anchor. And this is, I'm almost done with this one, but like I just, again, well, the lace doesn't take as long as it looks like it would take. So I just kind of swapped out. I got bored with it and then haven't come back to it yet. So this is one I need to come back to, but this is the The middle took longer than everything. Those are 2/1, so it's nice and thick. The stitches are nice and chunky, and they're teeny, and then everything else is black work, so it's back stitching, I guess. But I like it. I mean, eventually I'll finish it. It'll look really nice. So that's that. Again, I don't know when I'll bring it back out, but it was a new start from the last time you guys had seen me. I got it a lot done on it. Those stitches are so tiny. Okay. And then my last whip that I have to show you is a market purchase. And if you guys have followed me on Instagram at all, then you know what I'm about to pull out, as if I would buy anything else. It is, let me take it out of the bag. From Hands On Design. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it, and I accidentally bought it twice because that's how much I needed to have it. And it's the Meow Block from Hands On Design. I don't have the pins because I think they were out of my price range at the time, but eventually I'll probably get those. So let me show you, let me take it out first. So with this one, I was trying to be wise with my spending, and I have a ton of floss from when I was in the Victorian Motto Sampler Thread Club, as well as Coloring Cotton. And so instead of spending a ton of money at our local needlework shop, I used scrap fabric, and I used just whatever I could find. So I did write down the conversion. If anybody is interested for some reason, just message me and I can get it to you. So I finished the sides, and I know this looks like really scary as if I'm not gonna be able to make it, but I did measure how much I needed to make this, and there only needs to be like a 1/4 inch just to like sew these pieces together when I get to it. So this is the sides. All these cute little kitties and mice. The fishbowl. I just love it. It's so adorable. And then I worked on this last month at our Stitch Meetup, but I haven't really touched it since because I've been working on other stuff. So I might be eating my words, but I did measure like multiple times, and this should be enough fabric room to make the block based on the instructions. So we'll see. Famous last words, but we will see. Yeah, so these are all not like, it's all colors that I had that weren't the ones that were called for, except for there was one color, cantaloupe, because it was like it had gone to like a retired status, and then they brought it back just for this through Weeks Dye Works. But then everything else I just substituted. So again, if you need or want that conversion, I can get that to you. I have it saved on my phone. Okay, sorry, crinkle. I'm just trying to stay organized because, as you guys saw, I already lost 2 patterns earlier, or thought I lost 2 of my things. Oh, also, while I'm thinking about it, I think I bought my first Bitsy Bob after, yeah, it was after my last video, because I think I mentioned that I was just like, had all of these random strings, especially for my, some of my projects that have like just little confetti pieces here and there, just like had threads all over the place. And these Bitsy Bobs are a lifesaver. I have I think I have 3 now. I have 3. I saw Michelle post this one, Bendy Stitchy, and I immediately had to go buy it. So thanks for enabling me, as we all do. The first one that I got has the extra, you can get the ones that have like the extra layer so you can have more room for your threads. But I decided it wasn't super necessary for me this go around, so I didn't get that. But this is the newest, it's kind of glaring. This is the newest version that Kelly has, where the magnet is up here, and then this is a zipper instead of the snap. But if you don't have a Bitsy Bob, there, and you have just like tons of like random pieces of floss that you need to use, but you don't really want to have to try and put back on the bobbin because it's annoying. Get a Bitsy Bob. Life changer. Also, I made my first project bag with the vinyl covering. I made one for Kathleen first, so she has that one. And I know that this pairing is really not great, but I just liked the fabrics and I tried to make it work. So I'll show it to you because I'm proud of it. The next one that I have though, I'm gonna have to make another one, or like a smaller pouch if I can figure out the dimensions. So this is the inside fabric. Just some fun leaves, blue colors. I know they don't match, but I don't care. But guys, look at these cats. They all look so shifty. Look at their eyes. It's like they've all got a secret and they're all laughing about me or at me, but I like them anyway. I feel like that's very cats. It's like they always know a secret about you and they just like poke fun. Okay, so that's all my whips. Woohoo! That's a lot. And I need a drink because I'm thirsty. And then I have my other market purchase that I haven't started yet. It's kitted up. I just haven't, for whatever reason, just haven't started it yet. But I'll show you the bag first because it's much cuter than the other one. This is the bag that I made for that one. Well, not for that one. That's what I put it in. But like, look at this vintage fabric on the inside. I mean, I love it so much. I don't know why. And I don't know how I ever survived without the vinyl cover. For a long time, I didn't like the look of that because I thought it was kind of messy. But then as I started to get more and more whips, I realized that it was very helpful to have this because I wouldn't have to open up the bag to look inside and see which project was which. So I think this is the third, but I think this is the last bag that I made. So I made 3 of this kind, and this one I think turned out the best because obviously you get better as you go. But this is the back fabric. It's like a, I thought that it had more texture in it, but I guess it doesn't. The blue, it's a deep blue, but there is some lighter blues mixed in there, and then it's got like the shiny gold leaves. All from Joann's. And then Kelly had a flash sale of her older Bitsy Bobs on Instagram, and so you know that I bought one because Bitsy Bob. So this one is super cute. It's Christmassy. Got these little trucks and all of the Christmas trees in the snow. I love it. And then this is what the other ones are like. It's got the snap right here, and then I've organized all of my floss, ready to go. It's all kitted up. And then the magnet is over here for your needle or scissors or whatever. So this one I did kit up with all the called for colors. No, I didn't, because it called for classic colorworks, which my LNS does not have. So that being said, let me finally show you what the pattern is. I'm sure you're just dying to know. This is Blue Winter by Thistles. I've never got anything from Thistles before, but I just really liked the look of this. Oh, it's gonna glare because it's an actual photo. But how cute is that? Just look at those really tall snowmen. They're so skinny and tall, like me. Well, I'm tall. I'm not skinny, but I'm tall. I'm so tall, actually, that I was at Michael's yesterday and I gouged my, well, that's probably a strong word. I was walking a normal pace and they're tiny little carts. I kicked my cart on the like bolt where the wheel goes with my pinky toe, and I had to go get a first aid kit because I was like bleeding everywhere from the framing department because my legs are too long to walk with those tiny carts. And anyway. So Thistles, if any of you guys have stitched Thistles before and you like them, or if they have any other really fun patterns, let me know. This will be my first one, like I said, but I'm excited about it. This was not wanting to go back in here. So that one, again, I had to convert those from Classic Colorworks all into Weeks Dye Works. So I haven't started yet, so I don't know if it's gonna work. I think it will, but they've all been converted. And these are the colors. So I think it'll look good. I like those colors together. They look really warm and wintry. Sorry, my face itches. It must really be a thing with Flosstube in the nose. I know we hear it. So that is all my finishes and whips. Oh, I guess I could tell you. You guys missed me, didn't you? So Scatterbrained. This is more Hobby Lobby fabric, I think. And yeah, it's just like a piece of raw linen, and then I coffee and tea dyed it to get it closer to this color. I mean, it's not really, this is more of a pink tone to it, but I think it'll be okay. It smells like coffee and tea. And then I put it in the, I think I did the Priscilla and Chelsea method of like coffee tea dye as best I could. We actually didn't have much coffee. We had some espresso packets or like instant coffee packets that were like in the little individual ones. So I just dumped them all in there and then put a bunch of tea. Okay, now that's all of my starts, finishes, whips, soon to start. And last but not least, what is this? Where does this go? Upcoming things. So I've been wanting to keep filming for a while. I just keep forgetting and haven't gotten around to it, and I don't have a good excuse really anymore because I've been settled in for a while. So I'm gonna try, and heavily on the try to do once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. We'll see. Depends on how much I stitch. So yeah, tomorrow, which is Saturday, May 11th, day before Mother's Day. Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking for some reason that maybe that was the wrong date. The Music City cross stitchers are meeting up, so if you are in the Music City area or the Nashville area, you're gonna be there. We will be at the Brentwood Public Library from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. so you can come on by. We do a raffle with stuff that people have donated from previous meetups. It's a lot of fun. People bring snacks. There's people of all and every generation just about. It's a lot of fun. So that'll be this month. I'm doing that tomorrow. And then exciting news, I am going to StitchCon, and so is Kathleen. So we were both on the waiting list, and for whatever reason, like we were able to get spots. And so I'm like super excited because I did not think that was gonna happen. So Kathleen and I will be at StitchCon next month. I'm really excited to go and meet people, but I'm also an introvert. So if I seem like I'm standoffish, I'm not. I'm like shy at first, and I don't know how to talk with people when it comes to small talk because I hate small talk. But do come say hi because I am likely more to talk to you if you come up to me, because I'm really bad about going up to people because I'm shy. But I'm not mean. I just am tall and scary sometimes. Anywho, so that's happening. And then there is a group on Facebook called Cross Stitch Club. Faye Kuhn runs that. I hope I'm saying her last name right. I think it's Kuhn, K-U-H-N, Kuhn. I'm gonna go with Kuhn. She does a retreat every year. This is like her 4th year, I think. And this year they are coming to Nashville. So we are going to that one as well. I think that's in August. So that doesn't require me to actually go anywhere. We're just gonna stay at our house and then drive every day to the retreat. But these are both my, like, I've never done a retreat before, so I'm really excited. StitchCon will be my first. It's gonna be a really big one, I know, to like go on my first retreat, but I'm excited. And this video is already 40 minutes long, and I don't even know how that's possible because I thought for sure I would have nothing to talk about. But you guys are great. Thanks for subscribing. I've had a lot of new subscribers lately, I think because of StitchCon. My name's on the list of Flosstubers going, and I felt really bad because I haven't been active in 6 months. So I wanted to make sure that I just kind of popped back up to say I'm still alive, I'm still here, still stitching, more active on Instagram. And yeah, so if you're gonna be at StitchCon, I'll see you there. Come say hi. And that's all I got. See you guys next time. Bye.